Alright guys, so I just binged Volume 1 of Stranger Things 4 and my mind is completely blown. It was an incredible first half of the season, or first volume of the season. The action, the comedy, the horror were all on point, but one of the biggest questions everyone had from this show was who was Vecna and what was his backstory. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss Vecna and Vecna's backstory. So without further ado, let's get down to business. What's going on, bro chachos? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Dupree and I am back with another Stranger Things video. And guys, before I get started, if you enjoy today's content, hit the like button. It goes a long way towards helping out the channel, and consider subscribing because I'm going to be doing more Stranger Things content leading up to and after Volume 2 of Stranger Things 4. Also guys, in today's video, I am talking heavy spoilers from Volume 1 of Stranger Things Season 4, so if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, now's your time to walk away. With that being said, let's get into today's video. So there were a lot of theories as to who Vecna could be. A lot of people thought it was Billy reincarnated, but if you go back on my channel about a month ago, I did a video on who I thought Vecna could be, and I hit the nail on the head because I was completely right, at least about the actor that was portraying Vecna. So leading up to Stranger Things Season 4, we never really got any photos of Jamie Campbell Bower except for this photo right here. And we got a brief description that he was an orderly at a psychiatric hospital, which made me think he's where Victor Creel was, but in fact, he actually was working at the Hawkins lab. So ultimately, by the end of Volume 1, we learn that Jamie Campbell Bower plays 3 separate aliases in this show. Number 1, Henry Creel, Victor Creel's son. 1, the very first patient at Hawkins lab, and eventually Vecna. Now in the beginning of Volume 1 we learn about Vecna. And Vecna is basically a powerful wizard from the Upside Down that uses deep hidden trauma, guilt, and emotions to prey on his victims. He first targets cheerleader Chrissy and eventually Fred Benson, before moving on to Max. He haunts his victims with various visions and also a grandfather clock, then eventually brings you into a dream world where he takes your soul to become more powerful. And once he has your soul, all that's left of you in the real world is a mangled, eyeless corpse. It's not until episode 7 that we really learn Vecna's origin story, and that he started as Henry Creel of the Creel family that moved to Hawkins in 1959. Henry Creel was someone that didn't understand how everyone just accepted their day-to-day lives, and eventually found out that he had telekinetic powers and started to test these on various animals outside. He eventually begins an obsession with Black Widow spiders and the fact that they help balance out ecosystems, and he took it upon himself to do this for our world by killing his mother and his sister. He attempts to kill his father, but because he's young and he doesn't fully know the extent of his powers yet, he passes out into a coma, and then he wakes up in Hawkins' lab under the care of Dr. Brenner, where he becomes 1, the very first patient of Hawkins' lab. 1 eventually has an inhibitor chip put in his neck by Brenner because he doesn't trust him in the extent of his power, and then Brenner moves on to different test subjects, including one day, 11. And as 11 is learning to gain her powers back in Volume 1 of Stranger Things 4, an orderly befriends her, and we learn later on that this orderly is actually 1, aka Henry Creel, and he wants to help shape the world with her in their image. He goes on to kill all the remaining test subjects except for 11, and then offers her a chance to take over the world together. She rejects him and actually pushes him into the Upside Down, thus creating the first ever gateway or portal into the Upside Down all the way back in 1979. We then see Henry tossing around in the Upside Down, being struck by multiple strands of red lightning, thus giving him his new appearance as Vecna. And overall, I really like this origin story for Vecna. I love that it goes all the way back to Henry Creel, then to 1, then to Vecna, dating back to 1959 in Hawkins. And it's nice to just have an actual backstory villain instead of just demo dogs, demo bats, and of course, Demogorgons. And I think he's going to stick around for the rest of Season 4, and I think he's going to be there all the way through Season 5. But I would love to hear what you guys think about Vecna and his origin story in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more Stranger Things content, follow me on Instagram at Dupree721. Take care everybody, and remember, friends don't lie.